demonstration on how to do deviled eggs. I'm using a small saucepan. I put in 6 eggs. I added water until it reached above them a little bit. I've actually got it on a medium heat, so I'm going to bring them to a gradual boil. And once they begin to boil, I am going to put the timer on 10 minutes and then turn them off. Rinse them, put some cold water on them. Alright, so we're going to take our eggs and we're going to rinse the hot water off, and then we're going to put some cold water on them and we're going to let them sit for a minute. Mine have already been sitting for a minute, so I'm going to go ahead and peel them. Okay, so you're just going to grab them, crack them, and when you peel an egg, start from the top where it's got a little bit of an air pocket so that you can get underneath the shell part and it peels easier. Rinse it off and put it in your bowl. You would right for the top, right at the top, start peeling the shell. Alright. Now I'm just going to put my shells in the trash can. So we've got our eggs. I am going to take a knife, and this one is serrated, so it'll kind of give them a little bit of a design once I slice them. I'm going to slice them in half. Let me go ahead and place these over here on this plate. I'm just using a paper plate because I'll put the yellow in here to mix up my filling. You're just going to kind of pop it out like that. Kind of push the other side of the egg. It just kind of pops out. Now that one tore, and that's just part of doing eggs. Mine are still really hot. You can wait till they cool off if you want to. If you're doing them for a party, you want to make sure they're perfect. But I'm just doing mine for supper, so I don't mind that, you know, they're not perfect. Alright, we're going to get mustard, sweet pickles, and mayonnaise. Now, it's according to how many eggs you're making as to how much you put in it. Let me get the black pepper too. The mayonnaise will have enough salt in it that we won't have to add salt. So, let's go ahead and put, I did about 5 eggs. So this is about a tablespoon, and then we'll add some if we need to. The sweet pickles, just get out a spoon from your drawer and put a scoop in there. Mix them up so that they get the juice in them good, and put a scoop in there. And then for your mustard, you're just going to squirt a little in there. Not a lot. I would say that's about a half a teaspoon. Now let's sprinkle it with some pepper before we mix it up. I have ground pepper, so it looks really powdery, and it is. Now pick it up, get your fork, and take your fork and press the egg against the bottom of the bowl. Make sure you got a bowl that's flat on the bottom so that you can separate the egg yellows that are cooked. And keep turning it so that you can add a little bit of that mayonnaise as you need to. Now I can already tell they're not really wet enough, so we're going to add just a little bit more mayonnaise. Just add a little, make sure you get a different spoon to dip into your mayonnaise, and just add a little bit of mayonnaise at a time. Pick your bowl back up and continue to press the eggs into the bottom. If you do that, it makes it creamier and you don't have lumps in there. Now, some people like hot deviled eggs. I do not. If you want to, you can add a little red pepper to them. I do sprinkle mine with a little paprika just to make them pretty. And sometimes if I'm taking them to a party, I make a piping tube, and I pipe them into the eggs and make them really pretty. I guess I could do one just for show for y'all. I don't really. I'll do a couple that are just plain so y'all can see. I'll just do them for the house. Let me taste it and make sure they got enough sweet pickles in them. They really don't have enough sweet pickles for my taste. I'm just going to add a little bit of sweet pickle juice, about a teaspoon, and mix them up really good with my spoon. Okay, and now you just take your spoon, get some of the filling in there. Here's your eggs. Here's a pretty one that I didn't mess up. And you're just going to take your finger and kind of fill it up like that. I'll make a tip and show you how pretty it is to pipe them. I'm going to use some parchment paper. Now, because these have pickles in them, we can't use a tip that has a small opening. Alright, we'll use this one. I'm going to show you how to open a tip. This is a tip that's not got a real big opening in the top. So I'm going to take this. It's actually a meat thermometer, but it's nice. It's like the end of a rose nail if you're decorating. I'm going to push it through the end of the tip, and I'm going to press it all the way around and open up the end of my tip. See if you can see that. Now the pickles will come through. You can close that up just like you opened it. It's not that hard. So let's make a cone. Put our tip in it. Now I'm going to put our filling into our parchment paper. And I will say this, if you use one of those really large tips, that a lot, when you're doing egg filling, some of that filling is going to be wasted inside that large tip, and you're not going to be able to use all of your egg filling because it's not going to come out at the end of the cone. But now we have our tip. And you just keep squeezing and pushing up the end and fold it under as you go till you get it tight again at the bottom. Now this one is a mess because I let it come apart, and so is this one. This one, it might be edible, so I'm going to go ahead and put some of the filling in it. This one's definitely not, so I think I'll just eat it now. Put some of the filling in it. Yummy. This is one of my favorite things. Yummy. Okay, here's our beautiful eggs. Let's make this one pretty. Okay, this is my paprika. Of course, I buy it in large quantities because I use it all the time to fry my chicken with. It's so good. So, I don't want to like drench my eggs with paprika. So, I'm going to try to do this very lightly so y'all can see. I'm going to barely just pat the end of it. Now, if you take your eggs somewhere and you do this, you might all tell them, hey, that's not red pepper. Or some people may not want to bite into it, unless they like red pepper eggs. Thanks for watching Color Valley Cooks, how to make deviled eggs. Bye, y'all.